Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And we are blessed to have a special guest tonight. Why don't you introduce yourself, special guest?
I'm Greg Mara from Flower City Estate Sales here in Rochester, New York.
There we are. And it's short and to the point. I love it. And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And tonight we enjoyed Midnight Moon Cherry Moonshine. Well, there we are.
Pretty good.
There we are. We're going to say hi to some people. We're going to get into the show.
All right. Delightful Don, number one again.
Hey-o, and thank you for being a member.
Dandy Dave's Odds and Ends. How's it going?
Thank you for being a member.
Nice, Nanette. How's it going? Hey there. How you doing?
Oh, there we are. Go, Dad.
Dandy Donald, how you doing?
And again, if you do have any questions asking about from the viewpoint of the estate sale company, we certainly would welcome the questions. Our guest is very, very open about everything, and will definitely, share his opinions as to how he does things and how people around Rochester do things. Your mileage may vary if you're in a different state.
Awesome, Antiquarian. How's it going? Let's see. Marvelous Mr. Hot Wheels. How you doing? Dandy Diane's here. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, and Jazzy Jeff.
There we are.
There we go.
All righty. We always start the show off asking how sales are, but we're going to start with you. I know you had a big sale this past weekend. How did it go?
It went phenomenal. It was our first sale this year. We were very close to selling almost everything.
Wow.
We had very few. We had a large luxury watch collection. We had very few of them left. We had a coin collection, gold and silver coins, sold every single one. It was a great sale.
Now, one thing that I learned, which I did not know until I went to your sale, and then I overheard one of your employees talking to somebody looking at the gold coins. Apparently in New York State, there is no sales tax on the coins.
Correct. So it's weird in the estate sale business. I know if you go into, I don't know the exact laws for like gold and silver shops, but with us, if you buy American currency, you don't have to.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Yeah. And I heard them saying that. So I was like, oh, okay. I will say this. I did go to the sale and there was a line outside, and I don't do lines. I got there about 10 o'clock and the sale started at 9. But I said, I'm out here anyway. What else am I going to do? There's only about 8 people in line. And I got in fairly quickly on that. Trying to get to the area where the watches and coins would have been. I mean, I guess I could have waited in a line there, but I wasn't going to buy the stuff anyway. So I'm like, I'll just go around and look for the stuff that I want.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't mind, what percentage of the stuff sold the first day versus the second day of the good stuff? The coins.
Okay, so the coins, I would say 95% of the coins sold. The watches, maybe 60% of them sold the first day.
Wow, so that's some good stuff. Yeah.
Any Rolex?
Really well. There was a Tudor with a Rolex band, but no. There was one vintage Rolex from the 50s. Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Cool. Really cool.
Now, on something or other like that, how do you do the pricing on things like that? Because no disrespect to you.
Yep.
You're probably not a vintage watch expert.
I am not at all. Correct. So the good, I know just enough to be a little bit dangerous. I have I have different people I go to appraise things for me.
Right. Okay.
And they are people that if they appraise it for me, they will not buy from me at that sale because that's a conflict of interest.
Yes,
and that's kind of one of my rules.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pardon me. So the good watches I brought to an appraiser mainly to authenticate them to make sure they weren't knockoffs. The Rolex I had questions about, a couple of the other ones I had questions about, but if you looked at that collection and saw the caliber of watches, you kind of knew that this guy didn't buy any fakes through the years.
Right.
We were lucky. There were 0 fakes in the whole collection. So you can't be an expert on everything.
No,
so
right.
You reach out to your network and kind of put feelers out there to see who will help you. And most people in this industry love to share their knowledge, and I love that. because nobody can know everything.
Well, and something you just said right there, I think is really important for Mr. Magazine and I. We've been preaching it as well. Is as you had said, the gentleman doesn't have any fakes, and we do the same thing. We get into a collection. When you see somebody that's got a very, very good collection of things, you're like, okay, I know these autographs are authentic. I know these things are real because this was a collector. This was a true collector.
Yep.
He's been doing it for 50 years, back before there were fakes on a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
This stuff is real. I know that it is just because of the provenance versus somebody that you're coming in and you're looking, okay, this doesn't fit with all the other things that this person has.
Exactly.
Questionable.
I'd say 98% of the Rolexes we find in houses are fake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
There's some good fakes out there. I mean, I bring them. I work with a guy that used to work for Rolex.
Oh, wow.
Like fixing watches for them. And everyone I bring to him, most of them I could just send him a picture and he's like, no, it's fake. Some of them have fooled him in the pictures. He makes me bring them to him, and I'll bring them and they'll be like, this is a really good fake.
Well, there was one I wanted on eBay a while back, a black one, and a guy overseas on eBay had it for half the price. I'm like, this is a great price, but they won't authenticate the ones overseas.
Yep.
I didn't buy it because who wants to take a chance with that?
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, you may be interested if you ever get the estate sale of mine. I've got the very, very rare thing. They actually misspelled it Rolex. It's very, very rare.
I have my grandpa's. It's a Rolex. So yeah, it's a really nice one.
How are your sales, Mr. Magazine?
We're not done yet. We got Popular Puddings is in the house.
I'm sorry.
Antiquarian has sold a $650 piece of sheet music.
Wow.
Awesome Aaron's in Boston for me right now. He was supposed to pick up 6 collections between Boston, maybe down to Baltimore. I don't know. It's more like 4.5 right now because they're waiting for the guy, and he didn't show up. The house was pitch dark, and he wouldn't answer the phone. So I go, hopefully he didn't pass away. Verizon. That's true. Yeah, Verizon. Yep. But eventually he called him and he said tomorrow morning. So they're going to start with Boston, work their way down for the next few days. So 5 deals going on. So
wow.
Very good. Thank you, Aaron. Relax, get a good night's sleep tonight.
That's a good question. Are you allowed to buy online when you're medicated? Absolutely.
Oh, that's my kids.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey, we got to do what we got to do. He's got some Rolexes coming up or an upcoming sale. I got to do what I got to do.
Here's a lot of paper. How's it going?
So how are your sales, Mr. Magazine?
Oh God, I'm gonna say average right now. Like, it's not putrid, but it's just enough where I can, I'm able to buy some stuff, pay my bills, but nothing's lighting it up. eBay's average, Amazon's average. The adult sites are all average right now, so I'll take it. It's better than nothing. So
yeah, that's actually your sales slowed a tad. Assume just a coincidence. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. I don't know if you followed what eBay is doing now, but if you do promoted listings, they've changed the attribution. And what that means is if anybody clicks on a promoted listing and then you sell it, they're charging you for it. Jeez. So they're saying that
that's crazy.
I go in and I'm researching something and I click on one of your listings and it happens to be promoted in order for me to do my research on it. Then if you sell it at any point, you have to pay the higher percentage on it because of that.
Crazy.
What's the difference in percentage?
Whatever you want it to be. Minimum is 2%. You could go up to 100% if you wanted to, but they suggest 9 to 12%.
It's ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah.
On top of their fees.
Top of the fees. Yeah. I've heard the fees have gotten horrible over the past couple of years.
Yeah. So you got to lower your prices. Help a brother out when I'm at your sale. Just saying.
I'm trying.
Poopy.
John sales are poopy.
Awesome. Anika's in the house. Hold on. Let's see what we got. Got a lot going on here tonight.
We do have a lot going on. A lot of people want to stop by and see our guest. My sales are slower, but there's 2 reasons for it. I think number one, they did change the attribution, which anytime eBay changes their website, it tends to slow sales down. And the glitch of the week this week, for anybody who happens to have Verizon, is the fact since about 9:30 this morning, there's been no internet, cell phone, or texting, which tends to hurt an online business. And given that last time I checked, 40 to 60% of eBay's business was done on the phone, that's going to hurt some sales. Definitely going to hurt some sales on that. So that's the reason why. I promoted 16 out of 49, 3 items on $1,000,000.peddlers, 3 on Etsy, 2 on Biblio, which I don't understand. How about any buys, Mr. Magazine?
Mainly just got Aaron. It's going to cost about, I don't know, 13 to 15,000, 12, 13, probably in that range for all the deals, labor, delivery, trucking, and all that. So, but we've been working on this since probably early December to get all these deals at one shot, save a little bit of money on travel and so forth. So, but should be thousands and thousands of movies and magazines.
So I ended up going to an estate sale that somebody was holding that actually had some very nice watches and coins, I heard, even though I couldn't get to the table to see them. And this is where the people that watch the channel know I deal in paper. And my thought was, if this gentleman is a big collector of watches and that sort of thing, I bet he has some catalogs. And sure enough, guess what I found downstairs in the books? Some watch catalogs.
Oh, nice.
So I ended up finding those, and they were priced as soft covers at $1 a piece. So, going to make some money on that at some point. So very, very happy about that. What ended up happening, actually, going to ask you a question now. When we went in the garage, what was that odor going on in the garage?
So the garage had a wood burning stove.
Okay.
And the fire had gone out.
Okay.
So they had put someone had put some cardboard in there.
Okay.
So it was really like kind of backing up into the garage. And yeah. Is that the smell you were talking about?
Yeah, well, here's the funny. I'm gonna throw you under the bus right over here.
Okay.
It was hilarious. I walk in the garage and it was smelling, and it was like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And one of the customers is like, hey, you better open the garage door, which was a good idea. Open the garage door.
Definitely.
And don't want anybody dying in here. And Greg goes, "Oh, I'm going to be in the house." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "Who are you employee? That employee is going to be the one out here." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
He's one of our youngest employees, and I like to mess with him.
Spectrum screwed up and can't sign into apps on my phone. So it sounds like everybody's having a little bit of problems today.
Jeez.
So yeah, so that could be why I haven't made a sale since noon over on eBay today.
Marvelous metal.
What's the sale?
Yeah.
There you are. There you are. Good question right over there. Then I spent $6.50 at one of your competitors' sales over in Spencerport. But it was one of those, Mrs. Papergoy was out of town. She went back to the Philippines. And I had done a lot of work around here cleaning stuff up. And I'm like, I have to go to a sale. I just have to drive. I got to, get out and drive. So I went to the sale. It was not worth going to by any means whatsoever. And they had 50% off. And I know somebody's like, hey, can you do better on this? And they're like, probably not. We're at 50% off already. And I know you're willing to deal with people that if they're willing to take bulk.
Exactly. Yes, definitely.
Because you don't want the stuff left over afterwards, unless you've got some special situation with the homeowner.
If sometimes the family, dictates the price on certain things. Most of the time, like the sale I have in 2 weeks, we priced less than we normally do because the family wants it all gone. And they said, listen, get it out of here. So I priced it hopefully accordingly, where it's cheap the first day and it'll be dirt cheap the second day for what we have, the quality of stuff.
3 items out of 440. Wow. So let me ask you this, if you don't mind, in general, just a general type thing. I've talked to a couple of your competitors, and they're generally on leave out the household stuff, pots and pans are what they are, books are what they are. On the other stuff, they're generally at about 80% of eBay day one, figuring that way on day two, the stuff that's left over is about 40%. Is that kind of in line with where your pricing is too, in general?
Like you said, it depends on what it is.
Right. It's not line items different.
If it's something unique, most of the time we'll go, anywhere from 50 to 75 of what it sells for on eBay, not what they're asking. We always look at sold comps. Are you guys on Worth Point at all?
I'm not, but
Okay.
Yeah.
So WorthPoint also is a really good source for solds comps for live and online auctions and online marketplaces. So WorthPoint with the more unique like artwork or first edition books or something like that, we'll kind of see. You can see it shows at least the last 15 years of online and live auction results. So you can see the ebbs and flows of what stuff sells for. With the books, a lot of times, unless I see some really good, there may be good books in there. Yes. But unless I have my book guy come in, we might pull out the local ones and put $5 on them. But most of my hardcovers are $2 and most of my soft covers are $1. Do we miss stuff in the books? Definitely. But then you walk into the houses where the clients are like, well, this is my grandma's book collection. And, the spines are falling off of the leather-bound books and they're dusty and written in and the pages are torn. With that kind of stuff, it's conditioned. So, you kind of have to walk a fine line with your clients sometime to let them know. I call myself the dream breaker or the dream wrecker, dream crusher. Sorry, the dream crusher when I go into people's houses.
And we're the same way. We get the situation where you get into the place and the person's like, oh, this is very, very valuable. My father said, and then they bring it in and you're looking at it going, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but a Life magazine and a newspaper about Kennedy's assassination.
The Kennedy stuff, whenever I go through a house, the family always points out the Kennedy collection.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I saw one yesterday, the same thing. I see like 10 of them a week. A Torches Past book.
Oh, geez.
The maroon cover that every house from the 60s and 70s and 50s or 60s and 70s has that book.
And then they also probably have the framed picture of Kennedy that it was up on the wall.
Yes, definitely the one where his like eyes are down. Yeah.
And probably if it was a Catholic house, the one of the Pope also, because they had the Pope one next to it up on the wall.
Definitely.
I'm gonna get a little plastic for my couch, and I can rebuild that living room.
There you go.
Be like a time capsule. So we went, or I went one time, one of your competitors, and I can't help but believe that their client must have told them what the price. Books were $5 a piece.
Yeah. Well, I've done that before. I'm
talking Danielle Steele.
Oh yeah, no way, no. Like when we get the cool like vintage books with the slip covers that look good on a shelf.
Yeah.
And if it's a bookshelf full of those, I'll put $5 on them the first day, because there's that whole I kind of follow the trends on social media of what people are into, and books on a shelf, vintage books. Nobody wants to read them; they just want them to look good on a shelf. People spend $5 on a book.
Yeah.
They were
$5. I remember they had was it A Sailor Looks at 40 or whatever that Jimmy Buffett book is in paperback for $5.
Yeah.
Kids books, everything was $5.
Yeah.
And this is one of your competitors that always has Thursday, Friday sales.
Okay.
And they actually went on with a special Saturday sale with a discount on books, free.
Oh wow! There you go. Wow. Surprised to hear that.
So I actually went there and I grabbed piles of books, a big thing of sheet music, big thing of books. And I said, look, I'm giving you $20 for all these. And they're like, well, they're free. I go, I don't take it for free. She goes, I wish more people did that. I go, something, I know you got expense, you got this.
Yeah.
You open up for an extra day. So obviously that was one of those cases where they made, if the books were that overpriced, I can't help but think everything else in the house wasn't as well.
Yeah.
So they must have done very poorly on the sale. And the homeowner probably said, well, what is going on? We didn't sell anything. Well, your prices. So I think they really discounted the last day just to get as much stuff out of there as they could.
You should have gave her 10, then 10 more to pay it forward.
There you go.
Love that.
This will pay for the next guy's 3 books.
Love that. Nice.
On that over there. But so that was over there. Hey, you don't mind if we do something goofy for a minute, do you?
No, of course not.
Show him your face. He does this hilarious face.
Wow. Is this the singing you were telling me about?
So Mr. Magazine is coming off of, why don't you tell him what you've been doing, Mr. Magazine?
I don't know. I fast and then I eat a lot and then I fast. It's exercise and it's fun. So right now I'm fasting until right about now.
So we do a food challenge every once in a while in here, and I just bought, and we're going to show you what it is after Mrs. Magazine tries some and I try some. I bought this at Costco today, but there's a funny story behind it.
It can't be that bad if it's a Costco.
Ooh, I'm going to smell it first.
Okay.
All right, you want to take
Does
one?
Does it smell like his garage?
No, it does not smell like his garage.
Okay.
So we're going to try this over here.
It actually smells like cardboard. Maybe it's a cardboard. Yeah. It's cardboard. It's horrible. No, it really is. It really sawdust and cardboard. What is it?
Salted egg salmon skin.
Oh God.
That they have available at Costco.
That makes sense now.
But here's why this is funny. I was standing over there at Costco today, and I pick up the bag, and I'm reading the bag to see whether to buy this or not. Some lady comes by with her husband, picks it up, and goes, "Oh my God, look at this. What is this, a dog treat?" And puts it back down and walks away. And I go, "I got to buy it. I got to buy it now." So,
you know what sucks? How they screw you? You can't just have a mini bag like you get in a vending machine. It's got to be this gigantic bag of salmon skin. Jeez.
I do not recommend this.
It's cardboard and sawdust is what it is. Maybe a little salmon flavor, but a very little salmon flavor to it.
So it's available at your local Costco. I don't know if you remember or not, Greg, but should you wish to pick this up, it is right over by the chips area.
Perfect.
We know where you're not going tomorrow.
No, actually, I was either tomorrow or Friday. I'm going to Costco, so I'll keep an eye out for them.
Keep an eye out for them and run away.
Yes.
That made me laugh so hard. Is this a dog? Because I'm thinking to myself, and I'm sure you've had that happen too, where you've had customers say, and that really is kind of an inappropriate thing when somebody else is picking up, reading it to buy it.
Yeah.
And what's like the worst story you've had of that where a customer said something like inappropriate or put down some item when somebody else was looking at it to buy it?
Off the top of my head, I can't really think of anything. But people, I've seen people tell somebody not to buy it because it's broken, and then they'll come back 5 minutes later after they put it down and buy it because it wasn't broken.
That's dirty.
I'll see people do stuff like that. I try not to step in and step on toes, but you know who to watch for.
Well, the one that I've talked to one of your competitors about was I think it was a jacket they were saying that somebody wanted, and it was the end of the first day, and they're like, tomorrow's going to be half price anyway, and you want $100 on it, so just sell it to me for $50 now. And no, we can't do that. You got to pay $100 today. You can get it tomorrow for $50. And then they went and they hid it in the bathroom, which was a locked off room.
Yep.
And they were going to go in there, and the lady running the sale was like, before, she's like, whatever happened to that jacket? So she found it in there. The guy the next day was like looking around for it, and the lady said, "Oh yeah, we just sold that to somebody else." It was the darndest thing. It was in the locked bathroom. I don't know how it got there. And the guy's like, I don't know.
Well, he's going to steal and wear it out.
We found stuff stashed away like in the bottom of a dresser or something, and then people will go. If we find them, we'll put it back out, and people will watch to see who goes there the next morning.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah,
good idea. I have. That's good, Jeffy. Last week we had we did a durian. I don't know if you know what durian is or not.
Yeah, definitely.
We did a durian drink last week, and I had one package of the drink left over, and Jeff foolishly asked for it, so I sent it to him. Nice. But one thing, and this is a tip to anybody out there buying things at sales, anybody's sale, if you see something at a sale that is 100% not where it's supposed to be, take a second look at it, because somebody's probably hiding it. So when you have the room that is all dresses and you see a book hidden underneath the dresses on the bed, look it up. It's probably a good book. You see a dress down in the basement where all the paint is, probably, and there's two reasons for it. Either somebody picked it up, walked around and goes, "No, I don't really want it. I don't want to go all the way back upstairs and put it down," or they're hiding it, figuring that the and I'm going to be sexist here for a minute, that the men that come down to look at the tools aren't going to buy a dress. So if you do see something out of place, there's probably a reason for it in general. Because again, the other thing you have to remember is, well, let me ask you this. How much staging / moving around the stuff do you do in a house versus the way that it's actually lived in?
As much as we need to. So here's an example about my next 2 sales. In 2 weekends, we have a sale in Pittsburgh. We went in there today. We finished everything in 3 hours, staging and pricing.
Wow.
In 3 weeks, I have a huge 3-day sale in Greece coming up. That's probably going to take us like a week and a half to dig through everything. It really depends on, it's a house by house basis.
I know which house I'm going to.
Yeah. No. We'll be digging in there for a while. So I should have pictures up for that next week, hopefully.
But yeah, so in general, obviously, barring something being very, very good, or you're afraid it might walk away, obviously the very, very good stuff you want to have down by the counter, and the stuff that could walk away you want by the counter. But otherwise, if I go into somebody's bedroom and their bed is there, 95% of their clothes are still in the closet or on the bed. One way or the other, it's that room. You're not gonna take all the clothes out of that closet and move them all downstairs unless there's some special reason for it.
Correct.
Yep.
Roger's in the house. How's it going?
Found a Kiss album in the freezer compartment of the fridge. Wow.
Cool. Hopefully it was unplugged.
I was going to say, yeah.
Wow. So people do hide the stuff all over the place over there. Couple of other glitches over here this week. I was mentioning a little bit early, Mrs. Papergoy is back. She spent a month over in the Philippines with her family over the Christmas. And she did make it back yesterday. She's a little jet lagged, of course. There are 13 hours difference. So it's a little tough to live for a month and 13 hours difference and come back over here. It's a little difficult, too, to come from 90-degree weather to 30-degree weather. That's a little bit jarring as well. But she did come home yesterday, and she was happy to see me for about the first 5 seconds.
Oh, that's normal then.
And then I saw her, and I go, "Hi, welcome home. When's dinner?" Somehow or other, that didn't go over quite as well as I thought that it would. I was like, "Well, you haven't cooked for a month. Come on." But, well, what are you going to do? New York and Pennsylvania sales tax, or Ohio and Pennsylvania sales tax. Mr. Magazine has to pay Ohio sales tax due to his online sales. I have to pay Pennsylvania sales tax due to setting up at Allentown Paper Show. Both of them have sales tax that is due by the 23rd of January. Neither of them sends you a reminder to file said sales tax. Yeah, exactly. Luckily, we remembered and we got it filed. New York State actually will send the reminders out. So New York State is better there. The Ohio sales tax form, you fill in the amount of your sales. It tells you the percentage rate. It will not do the math for you. You actually have to do the math and fill it in. Like, how hard is it to program multiply by A by B? I could probably figure out how to program that. So overall, I would say Pennsylvania is actually the best of the 3 sales tax systems. So there you go. Surprised there was a new vacuum. Exactly. Exactly. And Greg probably has one for sale or an upcoming sale.
I have 2 in Pittsburgh next weekend.
Jeez.
There you are. Mr. Magazine was saying that people are out there doing 1989 Topps packs offering Ken Griffey Jr.'s in them. Only problem, Ken Griffey Jr.'s not in them. Whoops. So people are selling on eBay that you can get a Ken Griffey Jr. card in there, but it was never issued.
Not in the regular base set. It was in a rookie update after.
Yeah. So on
traded series.
On things like that, you have to how much input do you get from your clients as to what's good and what's not good versus how much of it do you do on your own in general?
For the most part, we do almost all of it on our own. Because like I was saying earlier, I don't know if we were live for this, but there's a 1950s cast iron bank that's worth $20, but they think it's worth $1 million because it was their grandmother's. So, we kind of have to temper expectations. So I have a card guy on my team that knows, okay, whatever you just said, the 89 Fleer packs don't have Ken Griffey's in them because he knows that stuff.
Okay, right.
So if I don't know it, somebody on my team knows it. If they don't know it, I have an appraiser I can bring in for it.
Right. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, gating is a real issue with Amazon. I would begin to pivot. I wouldn't move my stuff off of there, but when you begin to see the windows closing on items, then I would have a backup plan in place where you could list
It's
that.
only going to get worse with Amazon. But what are you selling on Amazon anyways? Because sometimes eBay's a better venue anyways. Depends on what it is.
Well, you're going to love this one. We're going to put you on the spot right now.
Okay.
When is President's Day?
February 23rd.
You are closer than eBay. I don't know when it is, but you were closer than eBay. eBay sent me an email asking me, hey, would you want to? They send these emails out from time to time where they will promote your listings for you, but you give a 20% coupon out. So they'll promote my listings, but then I'm giving 20% out of my pocket for people. But eBay is promoting it.
Yeah.
And they go, it's our President's Day sale. Would you like to be part of it? I go, yes, I would. January 16th through 21st.
I just looked it up. It's the 16th.
January 16th through 21st. I go, what? Then I got the contract yesterday, and in the contract, it's in February.
Okay.
I mean, they can't even get their emails straight with the other thing over there.
I'm going to say maybe it's the MLK discount.
That's what I was thinking. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking probably what happened is they probably do have a Martin Luther King Jr. Promotion.
Yeah.
And they forgot to update the email. They just changed President's Day, but forgot to update the email is probably what happened.
All right.
Because you have to remember, too, most of their coding is done in another country.
Yeah.
So somebody in India doesn't know one holiday from another. They just see the thing and they fill it in. Kind of crazy on that. Item of the week. Now, this is where I make my money. I didn't get this from your sale, but I could have gotten this from your sale. I make my money off of things that you don't know. This is a Looney Tunes comic book. Just a regular Looney Tunes comic book. What is special about that, Mr. Magazine? Any idea?
15-cent cover.
There you are. It's a 15-cent cover from 1958. These were 10-cent covers, except in California. They had a 15-cent cover trial in California. It's worth about 2 to 3 times what the normal Looney Tunes is because of the cover price.
Oh.
And the only reason I even really noticed it was I had a pile of these that I bought of Looney Tunes, like 10, 15 of them. And I'm going, and they're all in numerical order. And I'm going through them, all looking at them, 10 cents. You know, I'm not really looking at the price. All of a sudden, the one jumped out as being 15 cents. And I go, wait a minute. I know that's not supposed to be 15 cents. And that's where you can't possibly know all of these things over there like that. Yeah. So you price them all at $5 going, hey, I'll be happy getting $5 out of a Looney Tune comic book.
Yeah.
And I buy this day one because I go, oh, that's a good one because of the price on it. So it just goes to show that, you know, but it's not worth your time to look all the comics up in order to find that because this was 1 out of 15. And if I had 50 other comics there, you're looking for the superhero you're looking for.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely. So that's where there's room for everybody.
Yeah.
Now, I did want to ask you about a trend that I have noticed a lot lately. How many of your customers would you say do research on site? And how has that changed over the last couple of years?
I'd say the younger people that are coming in, trying to catch a mistake or something like that. They'll be there with their phones, scanning barcodes or doing reverse Google image searches. I don't know if that's just because they're not knowledgeable enough or if they're, they just want to see what they're looking at, or most of them are probably reselling to see if they can make, a few bucks on it. I'd say the percentage wise is pretty low.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's terribly high, and it depends on the type of sale. If it's a vintage sale, we'll have more people looking stuff up.
Okay.
The trend right now for thrifting is crazy. I feel like my crowds the past year, even at these estate sales, have ballooned.
All right. Did you read what Eric said? That's funny. That was funny. Any excuse to be on the phone.
True.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. That was funny.
Very true. but yeah, I feel like the younger people are coming out more now over the past year or so because of the TikTok thrift. In my feeds, all estate sales and thrift stores because that's what I tend to watch. So, they feed all those into my feed. So you can definitely tell who's the younger generation that's trying to get into it, which I love that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's good for everybody long term.
It is good. But the crowds lately have been insane. I mean, the houses will be jam packed, or like you said, you came the other day and it was 10 o'clock and there was still a line. Usually by 9:30, we've gotten through the line because I try to get people in as quick as possible. The crowds have just been insane. I'm happy about it. I'm not complaining at all. But you've seen it definitely in the last year, if not 2 years, slowly increasing and more stuff being sold by the end of the sale. Even furniture, which furniture is usually a tough sell unless it's, Stickley, Ethan Allen, mid-century modern, stuff like that, Our House, Pottery Barn. Those are all big names. But if you're getting a Kling dresser set from, the 1980s, a year ago, nobody was buying that. Now, if you price it, $100 or less, it'll be gone on the first day.
Wow. All right, that raises another question I had for you. How do you know how many people to allow in a house at a time? Or do you just kind of know it?
It's kind of no. You feel it out. When we first open on the first day, we have numbers. The second day, we don't do numbers most of the time. People just line up at the door and they'll come in first come, first serve on the second day. The numbers on the first day, we really regulate it because we want to keep an eye on things. Mm-hmm. By the second day, pardon me, with the discount day and most of the higher end good stuff being gone, we'll let more people in because it's that feeding frenzy first thing in the morning. Everybody's like rushing to see if the item they want's still there or just grabbing stuff because they know it's half off. Even if they don't want it, they'll grab it and put it in their pile and, maybe think about it before they purchase it. Maybe not. Maybe just say, the hell with it. I have it. I'm going to take it. I love we do our second days on Saturdays most of the time. I love Saturday morning sales. It's just there's this energy in the house and everybody's happy to be there. And it's not as, push and shove as it is the first day of people coming in. More laid back, but there's this energy that's just, buzzing on a Saturday morning. It's the beginning of the weekend. They want to get a good deal. They love coming to sales. So yeah, it's palpable. You can really feel it. It's fun.
Well, that raises another question. What is your rule? I go and you've got 5 piles of comic books there.
Yeah.
On the table, and I grab them all. I'm buying them all. And then I look through and I'm buying 4 of them because I just don't want you looking through them. How do you regulate? Because I'm sure that's a problem that, I want to go through them all first. And so they're all mine. And, I just want this one and put them all back.
So here's an example. We had a baseball card sale maybe 2 summers ago. I mean, this house the basement was jammed. It had thousands of boxes of sets of baseball, football, hockey cards. One guy came in at the beginning of the sale, said, I'm buying this whole shelf right here. There were probably 300 boxes of cards.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, shut this room off. We're going to start tallying them up. And as we're tallying, he's like, well, just wait a minute. And I go, if you're not buying them all, I'm opening the doors back up. Well, wait a minute. Okay, I'm buying them all. And then we quickly realized within like a minute, he's not buying them all. He's cherry picking them. So I'm like, you're not buying them all. I'm opening the doors. So I open the doors back up. If you tell me you're buying something and it's a high-end piece and you push other people away because I marked it sold with your name on it, and then those other people leave the sale and you're like, I don't want it anymore. I marked it sold, but I don't want it anymore. I'm like, no, you're buying it. I just had 3 people walk out that wanted it. So you're either buying it or you're not, you have to leave. Right. I know I sound like a jerk, but
no, you have to do that.
You have to put your foot down people take advantage sometimes.
Banhammer.
It doesn't happen very often. Most of the time, people are pretty cool about, sharing. I don't need that one. You can have it. Don't worry about it. I've had people buy a table full of jewelry before. We'll come to a price on it, and people will be picking through it. And some people are like, I already bought that. Leave it alone. Others are like, if you want a piece or two, grab it. I don't need it all.
And I will say this. I was at a sale of yours, and I bought you out of postcards.
Yes.
And you were, you actually said, I can get the people away from the table. It's yours now. And I said, no, it's fine. They got their handful of stuff. They're looking through stuff.
I mean, if they already have it in their hands, that's one thing. But if they're still looking through and you say, I'll buy the whole, we agreed on the price for it, I will shut that table down and say, okay.
And what you guys did was, which was great, was I said, let them keep shopping because it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah.
What you did is as the person moved from one box to the next, you took the box off the table.
Yeah.
So they could keep going forward. They couldn't go back.
Yeah.
Deal. And I thought that was fair to you and fair to me because it gave you a little extra money out of the stuff.
Yeah.
Ultimately, Mr. Magazine, where do you think those postcards are that I bought?
Probably over there.
He's looking at them right now, or not all of them, but a number of them are still sitting.
A lot of things are over there. Rated basketball cards, Life magazines, catalogs.
All right, can we focus on our guest?
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, so exactly. So somebody buys one postcard out of there. It's the second day. I don't even know what's in there.
Exactly.
What do I care?
Yeah.
Ultimately, I'm not going to go to you. That was the one postcard that this entire deal was predicated on.
Someone would say that, though.
I'm sure there are people out there like that.
Most people are like you, where they're like, it's okay. They can keep shopping. Just don't let anybody else up to the table. But some people will shoo people away. Say, I just bought it all. So
I was at an estate sale out in, I don't know where it was. Not that I'm in Newark. I think it was one of your competitors. And I was upstairs in the attic. And I, looking through, they had books and all that stuff up there. And I heard one of the customers say to the lady upstairs, how much for all the books up here? And she goes, I don't know. I'll have to go downstairs and talk to the person running the sale. And I said, oh boy, it's fair game right now.
Yeah.
You've never seen me going through the boxes so fast. Like, nope. Oh, that's a good book. That's a good book. And as soon as he came back upstairs and she's like, okay, are you going to be bringing them down? I'm like, okay, now they're his. I'm not touching anything else.
Yeah.
The stuff in my hands was fair game because it was still open at that point. I mean, I know technically he hasn't paid yet, so technically it's not sold. Yeah. I'm not going to get an argument like that over it. They have a deal and, a handshake deal on it. So let them do what they got to do.
Yeah.
But again, as soon as I heard that, I'm going to shop super quick. Just, if I see any gold sitting out there.
There you go. Yep, exactly.
You got to do that. Oh, it's time for the Confucius joke of the week. Now, Mr. Magazine did sell a Homer and Jethro. Here's a little bolo for you. Do you know who Homer and Jethro are?
No.
They were 1960s. They called themselves comedians. In the 1960s, and he sold a Homer and Jethro record for $31 over on Amazon called "Oh That's Corny." So anybody out there? Oh, that's corny.
They did not want it on Whatnot for $2.
So it could not sell it on Whatnot for $2. Sold for $31 on there. So the Confucius joke of the week.
It's going to be better than that salmon skin. I'll tell you that right now. Go ahead.
Hey, did you hear about the man who was arrested in the butcher shop? They got him for shoplifting. Shoplifting.
Yep.
And that was the Homer and Jethro. Confucius say he's speechless, or just speechless.
Speechless.
There's hundreds more.
You need to tune in every week. You'll hear another great joke like that.
My kids got me a bad dad joke book for Father's Day this year. So next time I'm on, I'll bring that with me and I can shoot one back at you.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot now. You didn't know this was going to happen.
Okay.
I am going to read a negative review that you got.
Okay.
Online. Oh boy.
Love this.
And you answered it, very, very well, I thought. I will never go to another moving or estate sale that this company is running.
I love the tone in your voice.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because that's how I read them when I read them.
If you insist upon going, know your prices and check everything that you buy before you buy it. They will not give you a cash refund. I was at a moving sale in this mansion in Penfield this weekend. I purchased CDs that the covers appeared to be in pristine cases, so I did not bother to look inside. When I went to play them the next day, all the cases were empty. All of them. Since this was the last day, I left work on my break to go back to get a refund. I was shown a stack of loose CDs, but none were the ones that I purchased. I was also double charged for an item that was marked $10. Also, are sales taxes imposed on used items? Didn't the state already collect the sales tax? I think the company is collecting for the state, but not paying to the state. Now, the last part, of course, we know that sales tax is indeed due, and you explain that over there. Yeah. And you explained it, and I love how you explain this. You explained it exactly the way that I explain it. If you don't like the sales tax laws in New York, I would ask you to take that up with Governor Hochul and the New York State Tax Department, which is exactly how we tell people things as well.
Yeah.
If you don't like the amount I'm charging you for postage, I don't know. Talk to the Postmaster General. We don't make the rates. We don't make the tax law. So what are your leave out the tax part, because you covered that and you covered that.
I mean, what bothers me about that is the same person with different aliases left that review on Facebook and on Google. Okay, it was a gentleman, it was not a woman, and that name on the one you just read was a woman. But anyway, they accused me of a crime by collecting tax and not. So that's not cool. No. Don't do that. I wouldn't, for 8% of sales, I wouldn't risk my business and my livelihood.
No, right.
So in this particular instance, which I explained it on the response.
Yeah.
Literally, that house was such a big house, and there were so many other high-end stuff. They had a beautiful guitar collection, tens of thousands of dollars worth of guitars. I'm not going to sit there and match up CDs to the cases. So there was literally a sign. It was this big office with a bookshelf, and there was literally a sign that said, "Please check CD cases," right on the shelf. So they came back. They put up a stink. I told them what I tell them. I don't do refunds or exchanges. They started freaking out, and I'm like, "All right, calm down," And other customers were visibly uncomfortable. So I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to give you something of equal or lesser value just to shut you up, essentially. So they picked something else out. It was a toy quiver and bow and arrow. It was ridiculous what they picked out. And then they had their yellow copy, which you know about that, Dave. We keep the white copy. Yeah. Sometimes on the yellow copy, depending, they're carbon copies. So depending on where it is, some stuff will overlap. Well, we pulled out the white copy and we showed them exactly what they were charged. When people question their charges, I will pull out the white copies. Do we make mistakes? Definitely. And if it's our fault, I will refund them. Not a problem. Right. If we double charged them, I'm not going to not refund you on that. Right. If you made the mistake because you didn't check an item or you didn't, there's thousands of items in these houses. We can't check everything.
No.
There's a sign right at the register, no refunds, no exchanges, no exceptions. It's on all our ads. That's just the estate sale business. So, I get a lot of no refund bad reviews and high prices bad reviews and rude staff bad reviews.
Jeez.
You take them with a grain of salt. I think I have a good enough reputation now, and my team does, where, does it bother me? Of course it bothers me. Yeah. Who loves a bad review? But you kind of have to laugh at it and be like, it sucks that you felt that mad about, a high price on something at an estate sale. You couldn't come and talk to me about it, that you had to go and leave a negative review. I'm pretty reasonable.
Yeah, but if they don't like the price, don't buy it, or wait till day 2 or 3.
Yep.
We have options.
I just got one from the watch sale. Funny you're bringing up bad reviews. I just got one from the watch sale. It was within the first half an hour of the sale starting. I get a text message, I get an email, and then I get a notification that a negative review was left on Google. So the lady was mad about the prices that I was over retail on everything in the house.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's weird because we almost sold everything in that. But anyway, and so I wasn't familiar with this person. So I texted her back because she didn't answer her phone when I called her. And I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. Can you tell me the staff member you dealt with that was rude? I'd really like to know. I take that very seriously, and I'd like to have a discussion with them. Everyone was rude. Well, okay. I don't know who it was because at this sale, the majority of people through the door were men. So I don't know who it was. And then I asked her to tell me what prices on items she thought were high so I could, in the future, I'll take that into consideration. And everything. And I'm like, okay, all right. Can you give me a couple examples? She wouldn't. Crickets. And I'm like, I'm trying to, smooth things over because that's what I do. I try to make people want to come back to our sales or at least take their feedback and try to improve on it for next time. But this lady was not having it. She wasted her whole day. She took off of work. She was disappointed that all our prices were over eBay prices.
Oh my goodness.
Now the only place she may have a point would be if she's looking at sold comps on the gold coins. Yeah, because guess what gold has been doing?
Yes.
I looked on WorthPoint 14 years ago, and this gold coin sold for $300, and you want $3,000. And you're like, yeah, you know what the price of gold is?
People, and I'm used to the people that want to pay $1 for a $100 item. That's not how we operate. This is my livelihood.
2 cents on a dollar. 2 cents on a dollar guy here.
Yeah, and I'm working for them, and I'm working for myself, and. I take it with a grain of salt. People still buy. If that person puts it down, someone else will buy it. And if it is overpriced, it'll sell the next day at half price.
No, absolutely. Speaking of negative reviews, I got a negative review for a book I sold on Whatnot. Now, Mr. Magazine definitely has, and I definitely have, and I'm certain you have walked into some crazy houses down into the basement, the damp, dank basement that they have books stored down there, or you go out into the garage or out into the barn and just the odors of the books and all that stuff. And you're like, okay, we got to definitely, let people know that, these books need to be cleared, aired out a little bit just because. So we've all walked into those situations. Well, I sold a book and I got an email from somebody. I've collected old books forever and worked in libraries mending and repairing books. I've smelled old and musty books, but this one takes the cake.
Of course.
No, I don't think it, unless you just started collecting old books last week and you've been working on like 2 books to repair, because I bought this book as part of a collection. I processed it through to put it up for auction. I auctioned it. I packed it. At no point along did I say, oh, this book really needs to be aired out. At no point along, which I have had that before, where you pick a book up and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
So at no point. So there is zero chance that unless this person is brand new, that they're not being a complete drama queen about things. Yeah. And I'm just laughing about it going, no. So I blocked them. I said, put in a return, and then I blocked them. Because I'm like, no, that's not, there's no chance, because I've been around books long enough to know that if you pick the book up and you're like, oh boy, you have to disclose that.
Yeah, of course.
Do I take a book and do this to every single page? Well, I do when nobody's looking, but no, not regularly. But you can't, obviously, on that. So kind of crazy on that. Couple of other things over here. Oh, We the Hobby. Are you familiar with them? Have you heard of them?
I saw that today.
Did you see that in the magazine?
Wow. Then, well, you tell the story, and then I'll say what I read online on one of the comments.
They had a what do you call it? The break.
Right.
pulled a Cooper Flag Super Refractor autographed 1 of 1 on Fanatics Live worth $1 million.
Wow.
That's a pretty good card. And people were saying in the comments that I read, like, you just made somebody a millionaire, dude.
It was a break?
Yeah.
So someone won it. They said, we the hobby doesn't, they're sending it to them. Wow, that's big.
I read, and I don't do sports cards. I have a couple, but nothing crazy. Just the players I like and what I collected when I was a kid. But I read in some of the comments on, like, it was the DNC Facebook or somewhere, News Channel 10 Facebook, that the companies, and I'm just saying what I read. I don't know this, but the companies are sending all their, like, 1 of 1s to those breaks. The bigger companies that do the breaks, because that makes people want to go into the stores and buy the cards, and they're not finding them in the stores. It's happening in the breaks.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the rumor. Yep. That's the rumor that's been out there as well, that they have a way of knowing.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I think that at some point there will be some kind of government action on that kind of thing, because if you're advertising that I can get a Cooper Flag 101 because he's part of the Superfractor set, and you know that it's going to We the Hobby, or you know it's going to anybody else, doesn't matter who it is. If you know where it is along the system, then when I go into, I don't know if they sell these packs at Walgreens or not, but if I go into Walgreens to buy a pack, I cannot get that because you know where it is.
Yeah.
And that's false advertising.
Well, they say the odds of a Superfractor. They don't say odds of Cooper Flag. I think that's where the gray area is.
I don't know cards. Why is that card worth $1 million?
It's just a hot basketball rookie right now. So it was Wemby a couple years ago that went for $1 million. Now the Superfractor is the most sought after rookie, and it's a signed one. So that's crazy. So they knew it was in that break when they did it, or they surprised?
No, they were surprised.
Yeah.
Well, they probably don't sell.
Right.
They probably don't tell the breaker or anything like that.
Yeah, right.
So, so the person who gets it in the break gets that card. They don't get any. Whatever that person paid to be in that break,
right?
That's what they get.
Yep.
Wow.
And it's still really gambling, and like illegal gambling, really, but the government doesn't know or care about it.
Yeah.
Boy, we got some nice auctions coming up in general. Robert Ursay, do you know that name?
Oh, the guitar collection.
Boy, he's way on top of all this stuff.
Yeah.
I have to have you as my guest, or you as my thing. Mr. Magazine, I guess you'll be my host. Oh my
I'm a huge music guy, so that is an amazing collection. He owns a couple of Jerry Garcia's guitars. He owns Jimmy Page guitars. I think he's the owner of the Bob Dylan first electric guitar from Newport Folk Festival.
Oh, wow.
It
Smells Like Teen Spirit, Kurt Cobain guitar.
Yeah.
Ringo Starr drumhead from his first US TV appearance. Secretariat saddle from the Triple Crown.
Wow.
And he claimed in 2023 that he was offered $1.15 billion for his collection from somebody in the Middle East.
Wow. I know with the guitars that they used to, when he was alive, it was a traveling exhibit.
Yeah. And they're going to be doing that again with the stuff up for auction. They're going to be traveling it around too. And they're expecting an insane number of people, because when they do the auction, it's going to be at 30 Rockefeller Center, Rockefeller Center. And people are going to be allowed to go in and look at the stuff. So it's going to be kind of the whole museum side of it there too.
That's what he wanted. He wanted to share it with the world. He wasn't, I'm keeping it. It's mine now. He used to loan out guitars. I'm pretty sure he loaned out a couple of Jerry Garcia's guitars to, younger Jerry Garcia, proteges, that he would let them borrow it for concerts here and there. And the Dylan Goes Electric guitar, I think on the 50th anniversary of him going electric at Newport, he brought it to the Newport Folk Festival.
Wow. And
they had a set of musicians doing a Dylan tribute for that occasion. Yeah. And a bunch of the younger guitarists played it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Another thing he had, they say is worth $1.5 million, is the Muhammad Ali World Championship belt that he won from the Thrilla in Manila.
Wow.
I mean, we're talking.
It could go for way more now, the way things are going. I mean, geez,
Yeah.
if Cooper flags $1 million, that should be 10 million.
Yeah, seriously.
It's crazy.
It is absolutely crazy.
And I would sell that card tomorrow for $1 million if I pulled that.
Yeah.
I would not sit on it.
No way.
So
in 2 years, is that card still going to be worth that?
No.
What if he gets hurt next month?
Even if he's great, it's already maxed out. It's not going to be
Yeah.
worth 2 million or 3 million.
Yeah.
No time soon.
E-commerce Bites had a story, and this is a story that I wanted to bring up as well, because this is a situation any of us could find ourselves in. A story about police in Boston and stolen skis. Somebody saw their skis up for sale on Facebook, called the police and said, "Hey, I think those are my skis." The cops posed as buyers, hooked up with the guy selling them. "Hey, we're interested in buying them," undercover, obviously.
Yeah.
They didn't show up as police officers. That would have been the worst deal in the world.
Were they expensive? Because I wouldn't think
$1,200.
Okay, yeah.
So they showed up and we were interested. Hey, how much you want for this? And then they arrested the gentleman doing the sale for possession of stolen goods.
Wow.
And that raises a lot of questions, because you are having a sale. Obviously, if you come and do my estate sale and I've got a Picasso, you might do a little bit of research into the Picasso to make sure that,
of course,
is this really his, or was this reported stolen 50 years ago from a museum? You're not doing it with the blender that I have in the basement. You're not. I mean, you're just not doing it.
Yeah.
So any of us, and people in the article, when they were commenting on it, were making me laugh, because they're like, "Well, you need receipts and you need that." I stopped by a garage sale and they've got a toaster oven unopened, and they say, "Yeah, I got this for my wedding last year. We already had a toaster oven."
Yeah.
I don't have a receipt. Yeah, I have a receipt that's, you don't have a receipt because it's a garage sale, but I buy it from you and it says toaster oven, $30 on it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that it was stolen. You don't know it was stolen. Nobody knows that it was stolen. How do any of us know this kind of, you get into cars, motorcycles, expensive pieces of artwork, different story.
Yeah.
You get into things like that, skis, I stole them. You come here to do my estate sale. They're sitting in the closet. You don't know that anybody else owned them.
And how do they know? I mean, I'm sure the cops asked, but how would they know that person didn't buy them from someone else?
Yeah, they're not the only pair of $1,200 skis ever made. They probably made thousands of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I'm sure that person, well, one of the things they ended up arresting the guy had an outstanding warrant.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. He's probably the guy then.
Exactly. It would be one of those, because any of us, well, where did I get it at? I got it from an estate sale last week.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Open and shut case.
Well, that's why when the pawn shops get jewelry and stuff in, they have to keep it for 30 or 60 days to make sure it doesn't show up on any stolen reports before they do anything with it.
Oh, yeah, they got to take pictures of everything, too.
Yep,
yeah.
Exactly. I saw the comment Bob Weir passed a couple days ago. I'm wearing my Grateful Dead shirt in remembrance of him. So
very nice. Oh, that is a cool shirt.
Yeah. Well, it's just a steal your face with my company logo in it.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what's cool about it, with the company logo on it. Very, very cool. Wow. Couple of other things, and we're going to let you go shortly. You got a couple more minutes, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And if I can read my writing. Oh, so I was looking at the estate sales this weekend, and there aren't hardly any good ones, but there are a few estate sales.
Yeah.
A piece of his ear for the Hollyfield fight. What's it worth? Yeah. Okay, Eric.
A chocolate ear.
So your competitor has a lot of pictures, and about halfway down, they've got a picture of a computer screen. And on it, they say that this sale will be live streamed to Twitch and will be posted to YouTube. And by coming to the sale, you are giving allowance that you may be live filmed.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
So I was approached back in about 6 months ago by a individual that wanted to do the same thing at my sales.
Okay.
They have a Whatnot store. Is that sound right? Does Whatnot do live auction?
Yeah.
So this person wanted to come into my sale. And I didn't know what it was really at the time. So I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. I don't care. So then I started getting feedback from other companies who this person had reached out to. And it just wasn't sounding like a thing that I wanted to happen at my sale, where they would be there under their store doing a live stream, at my sale. It wasn't something I wanted. Well, this person started advertising that, oh, we have a big estate coming up, big estate coming up, big estate coming up. And I ended up turning them down. I didn't think it was the right fit. And I said, maybe after the sale, you can come in and do it from there with the leftovers. But it just, to me, if somebody's doing that for you under their name, I don't like that idea. If you're doing it for yourself, all the power to you.
Okay.
During the sale, I probably wouldn't do it myself during a sale, but that's just me.
Okay, you explained it. My thought was, and here was what my thought was that they were afraid of shoplifting, so they had a live feed going to a third-party site, so that way they could look back afterwards.
Oh,
your explanation.
Okay, yeah, no, that's totally different than what I just said then.
No. I think yours is right, because they just said it was being live streamed on Twitch, so probably somebody's doing a live sale. My first thought was that they were trying to get after shoplifters, but now that you say that, there are people that do that. They do walk around and they go to the booths and are like, if you see something you want, let me know.
Yeah. I've had people do that at my sales before, but it wasn't like she wanted to do this person. Sorry, I keep saying she. So it was a woman. I was trying to keep that quiet, but so she wanted to do a live auction during my sale, which, if somebody has
confusing, complicated, and people won't like that.
Yeah. If somebody has this in their hand and she's live streaming it and trying to get bids on it, I still want the price that's on it. I don't want, if you only get $1 for it, you're still paying me the $5 that's on it.
Yeah, someone can take it out of their hand because it's not sold yet. I want this.
It's weird.
Right now.
To me, that was weird.
No, there's no way to work that out during a sale. No,
but even during a sale, for me to do it, I feel like that would be hard. I'll do over the phone sales. If somebody sees something that they want, they'll call me. Hey, can I buy it ahead of time? No, it's already been listed. The only thing I can sell ahead of time is like a car, just to get it gone because they're such high value dollar items. But other than that, if it's listed, I don't sell it ahead of time. You have to show up to the sale.
Yeah, but there's a whole cabinet with all these breakables and glassware, and the people want them on the stream. And now what are you doing? Just going like this, throw it into, okay, this is mine. I'm taking this and throw it into a big bag.
Yeah. And then, like you said, it said what you said. It said on there about
Twitch, and then
be aware that you will be filmed or something. You said. I don't want to put anybody in that position. Because I know if I was shopping at a competitor's estate sale, I wouldn't want to be on video, but that's me. But I could definitely see how that would help you sell more items in a sale.
Local celebrity.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Because that's what they'll do at some of the big flea markets is they'll come around. Now, I think they figured out that they need to ask the vendor's permission to do this.
Yeah.
And they'll say, look, I'm going to sell stuff in your booth for you. The way I've always took it is they'll go around and you've got this, they'll do the camera around. Does anybody out there see something or other they want? And they want this glass over here. So then I ask you, how much is the glass? And you go, it's $5. Yeah, I can start the glass at $8 if you want it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I want it. Okay, this is up for bid. And it goes for $12. Well, they're paying you the $5. Yeah. So who cares? On that over there, made some money.
If you pay me the price I have on it, I don't care what you get for it.
Right.
But my other thought was, I'm trying to imagine them trying to do it during your sale, because I can't do my auction. Hey, everybody, we got another item. Because you don't want to bother everybody around as well. Yeah. And you got the ambient noise of the other people talking behind you.
He's got to jack the price up of everything. Or what is he wasting? What if he sold everything at cost or whatever the price is?
So he's got to, unless
even if you raise the price $3 on each, you sell 100 items, it's $300 less the fees and all. Where are you going?
Yeah.
And like I said, if you're holding this trying to get more money for it than what I have on it, but the person next to you is willing to give me the money I have on it right now,
take it right out of their hand.
I don't want you to wait 2 minutes until they want it right now and they're willing to pay for it. Give it to them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that's interesting that is what they're trying to do out there. I mean, God bless them. We all got to make money.
Yes.
God bless them if they find somebody willing to work with them on that.
Yep.
God bless them. You know, hey, I think it's an absolutely beautiful business plan on their part because they have no money. Anything they pay for is sold already. That is a wonderful idea.
And the percentage, because they were doing it on Whatnot. So I tried, we were going to do something after the sale where they would take the leftovers, but there ended up not being anything they wanted to even deal with because we sold, the majority of the great stuff. But they wanted 40% for them, 40% for me and my client, and 20% for Whatnot fees. That's ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
The only way that would work would be you literally have the leftovers of the leftovers and they're taking it all.
Yes.
In which case,
and that's what I said. I said, with that structure, I'm not crazy about, but if you want to come in and buy the stuff at 60% off instead of 50% off, you can do that. And they're like, oh yeah, we might do that. Send me pictures of what's there. And then it was questions. Well, can I live stream while I'm doing that? I'm like, no. If you're here, you're either buying it and you take it, the risk. You're not going to do a live stream from my place. So you either come in and you do it or you don't.
Or you can do a live stream my place. I've added everything up. You owe me $1,500. Yep. You have until 4:00 this afternoon to get it out. You can do anything you want between now and 4:00, as long as this place is broom clean by 4:00.
And the money's in my hand.
Go ahead. And your money's in your hand. You do whatever you want. Be out of here by 4.
But I could see where if you have a large enough following on Whatnot, I could see if it's a smaller house with not a lot of stuff, like I was telling you earlier, I kind of passed the smaller sales on to some of the other companies.
Yeah.
Maybe that's another neat. I shouldn't be talking about giving away all my secrets now, but maybe that's another niche market where, well, we have a large following on Whatnot. We can't do a live sale here, but we'll do a live stream sale where we take, we get what we can, we ship it off for them. So that might be something in the future.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, a sale like that. Yeah, but again, around the customers and around all that.
No. Yeah, I'm not crazy about putting other people. And I've had people come to me and ask me if they mind if they film while I'm there because they have like YouTube shows or whatnot. But they'll have
the GoPro.
Like a GoPro camera on their chest, and they're not getting anybody's face in it.
Yep.
So I don't mind if they're doing that. I watch a lot of the thrift. What's the guy? Gosh, I'm going to draw a complete blank. But they're resellers that go to garage sales, and they do the same thing. They'll go to the garage sales. All you can see is what's on the table. You can hear them talking with the owners or the sellers, but you're not seeing the sellers' faces.
Yep. And my thought is always, if I do show people's faces, which I do when I go around to some of my haul videos, it's in passing.
Yeah.
It's almost like the news has a right to my image if there's a car crash and I'm standing there looking at it. I'm not using them for commercial gain. I'm not, nothing at all like that. I'm not pointing them out. They just happen to be walking by in the background.
Yeah, exactly.
If I follow you around the whole time with the camera on you, there's a little bit of a problem there. I'll probably get arrested. But a couple of other quick things here, and then we'll let you go. You did have another review, and this one made me laugh. It was a negative review.
Yeah.
But it made me laugh.
Okay.
The person had a nice pair of shoes, and you required people to take their shoes off at the sale, and their shoes got stolen.
Oh, yeah. I
nice pair of shoes.
So listen, okay, I'll tell you right now, because this was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I had 2 sales that summer, or spring, summer. The first time it happened, again, Dave, you know me, I'm very reasonable.
Yeah.
Don't call me cursing me up and down, demanding I pay for a pair of shoes for you because I invited you into this house. It wasn't a personal invitation into the house. You saw the signs, you decided to come to the sale. There was a sign on the front door, please remove your shoes. Okay.
Yeah.
Am I responsible for your shoes?
Yeah,
some people say yes, some people say no. But the way I was spoken to by this woman, I was appalled with it. And the same thing happened either the next week or 2 weeks later. And this was before the negative review hit. Okay. The person handled it completely different with me. And I paid for their shoes because they were not a jerk to me, demanding for me, telling me it was my fault. And they thought I took their shoes and sold them. Here's the best part about the story. They found the exact same pair of shoes outside, except they were a little more worn than the other pair that they had just bought. Wow. The exact same. It was an honest mistake. It was somebody looked and saw their pair of shoes.
Oh, they took them. Okay.
It was and the lady even admitted the exact same pair of shoes was out there. Somebody upgraded their shoes. And so they left the shoes there. They didn't wear them because they didn't want. I looked at the shoes. They were fine. I would have taken them as an exchange. She told me they were the exact same pair of Skechers. They were Skechers. So, yeah, I'll never forget that lady. She was a pleasant to deal with.
Yeah. Are you liable? Yeah, probably within the law. You probably are. But
if you were nicer to me, I would have paid for it.
You're saying, I think I would have told the lady, I understand you don't want to walk home in your bare feet. I understand this.
Yep.
If you'd like to file a police report, and then I can report it to my insurance company, which of course is below your insurance amounts and all that, but I would make her jump through those hoops. You file a police report because I want to see the cop come out for a stolen pair of Skechers.
Well, the first thing she said to me on the phone, because I was not at that sale when it was happening. We had 2 sales that weekend. I was at the other one. She called me. First thing she said to me, which set me off, was, I really don't want to escalate this to small claims court. Oh, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Escalate what? What just happened? My husband's shoes were stolen. I'm like, oh, I'm so, because nobody had told me what was going on. So I called my staff and they're like, oh my God, this lady. So if she was nicer to me and wasn't threatening to me and swearing at me, I would have paid for the shoes. I'm a pretty reasonable person. It was an honest, and I kept saying, ma'am, you already told me that it was the same pair of shoes. It was a mistake. How do I know it wasn't you that took them to resell them? I go, if that was the case, you wouldn't have seen the exact same pair of shoes outside the house.
And wouldn't I have taken that much nicer pair of shoes right there?
Exactly. But yeah, it's sometimes. So
now I love having you on. I got tears coming out of my eyes. I love having you on. These stories are great.
Now I put in all my ads. This will be a shoes off sale. Please bring your slippers and a bag to carry your shoes in if you desire.
There you go.
Oh,
yeah, there you go. Eric Perron, 90s mint Jordans.
They were Skechers. So yeah, no.
Wait, Michael Jordan doesn't wear Skechers? Breaking news.
Wow.
There you are. She probably called all the lawyers in town in search of someone for the filing fees, etc.
Probably.
Wow. A couple other quick things and we'll let you go.
Any other bad reviews? I like going through these.
So there was, and I wish I had, I wish I had the story. I read about it on the phone, but how sometimes you read these stories on your phone, but then you can't bring them up on the computer because the phone, it allows it, but then the computer doesn't. You got to pay a paywall and all that stuff. So there was a lady in another state, I think it was Indiana, who was running an estate sale company. And she had a grade of F from the Better Business Bureau. That's kind of hard to do. And she got sued because she apparently ripped her client off, didn't give her client the money she was supposed to pay. And it was $2,700 or something other like that. And I don't know, I'm assuming percentages are kind of standard within your industry. They're going to be such and such a percent. Leave out, you've got some, it's like anything else. If I go to Heritage Comics, I got an Action Comics #1, I can negotiate on, a couple of $1 million comic book. You can negotiate. But you got the run-of-the-mill stuff. it's within a certain range. Everybody's going to be within that certain range. Because if I'm competing against you and I say I'm charging 90%, well, why is anybody coming to me? But so my thought on that was that just seemed, I guess, awfully low for an estate sale. If they're at the usual percentages, they did what, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 worth of sales.
Some companies don't look for large sales like that. My threshold is we really try not to go in the house unless there's going to be at least $10,000 worth of sellable items. I know other companies in the area only look for $5,000 worth of sellable items.
So that would fall within the 5,000. Okay.
Yeah, it's not unheard of. When I first started, I was doing $1,000 sales, and I was just taking whatever I could get to get my name out there and kind of get word of mouth going.
Yeah.
So, not all sales are glamorous, and there's all different types of sales out there.
Wow. Yeah, because that number just seemed to me really, low on that over there. But I guess now that you say that,
if it's $2,700 and I'm getting sued over that, I'll gladly pay it to keep my reputation.
Right. Well, her reputation was an F on the Better Business Bureau, so
and that's a big thing with companies. I've heard some horror stories. I've heard some horror stories of high-end items being stolen from houses. This is firsthand experiences. This isn't hearsay. There's litigation against the company I've heard of going on right now because a similar thing happened where either they didn't pay or they wouldn't provide the documentation of what was sold and how much it was sold for. I've heard nightmare stories.
Yeah.
So, and it's tough because this business isn't really regulated. It's weird. You have to be fully transparent. You won't go anywhere if you're ripping off your clients,
right?
Because nobody's going to refer you. If you're working with realtors and they find out you ripped off their clients, you're going to be off their list pretty quickly.
Well, and Rochester does have a lot of competition. It really does. There are a lot of sales out there. Another real quick thing, and then Mr. Magazine's got a quick story for us. I was talking to one of your competitors at one of the sales, and she was saying somebody was like, they were getting yelled at because they were afraid that having the sale that people were casing the house to steal stuff afterwards.
Jeez.
Like, you're having an open sale. So it must have been some family members that weren't on board with the sale type deal. Yeah. Like, you're having people come by and they're going to steal the house. They're going to know what the layout of the house is and they're going to know. And it's like, really?
I had a client that was very the address doesn't get posted before 24 hours before the sale.
Right.
We had spent 2.5 months in this house getting it ready. And they were freaking out because I had to take a door off so the alarm wouldn't set, because I had to take the door off because of loading all this garbage out of the house. So I told the alarm doesn't set. So I told one of the family members about it, and the other one didn't know about it. So they went to the house and the alarm wasn't set. They sent an email with reading me the riot act about it. And I'm like, listen, I already spoke to the people are going to know what's in this house because you've posted pictures. Yeah, but the address isn't live yet. So nobody knows what's in the house, where this house is. So don't worry about it. You're going to be okay. So yeah, it's,
you come across all kinds is what
you do, and you're trusted in these people's houses.
Yeah,
it's a very big responsibility, whether it seems like it or not. You're trusted with their lifetime worth of items, so you can't take that lightly. It's a big responsibility, and this is very emotional a lot of the time for the clients. So you really have to take that into consideration and kind of have some sympathy to them. Even when they freak out about little stuff like that. It's understandable. It's their home, so you have to respect that.
Now, would you be willing to come on again at some point in the future? Because I've got so many more questions for you, but we're bumping up against the time here.
Of course.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Time for the rambling story of the week.
I gotta go to the bathroom. Bye. All right, I'll save it. Just kidding. All right. So I've been getting up earlier, like 3:30 in the morning now, because I gotta collect the changers for the laundromat and fill them and all that jazz. So I always lock the door because I gotta empty the machines, take the quarters out, put them in the changer and stuff. So it's a 24-hour laundromat, but I lock the door while I'm doing it just in case. It's the middle of the night, which is normal. But lately my manager's gone, so I have to print all the orders. So I'm in a hurry and I want to get to the gym by 6. So I do all this, I print orders, I get to the gym a little late, like 6:05, 6:08, something like that. I'm on the Stairmaster. I'm like, I don't think I unlocked the laundromat.
Oh.
So I'm like, well, let me. So I put the camera on my phone. I'm on the Stairmaster watching the camera. Nobody's there yet. I go, if they get there, I have to go. I just have to maybe they'll wait a few minutes or something like that. So
that's when you gotta get the voicer. We see you. We will unlock it shortly.
Yeah, but I was only there like 15, 20 minutes on the Stairmaster. Usually I go like an hour, and I want to get done by 7, so then I can shower, get to the warehouse. So I'm like, I can't take it any longer. I got to go. I know it's locked. Then when I get there and it's unlocked, I didn't realize I was in such a hurry that I unlocked it, had no vision or remembrance of unlocking it 20 minutes earlier to that. It's just such a normal thing that I do, a lock and unlock. Right. And I was so mad at myself because then I ruined my workout, and it was just not a good thing. Yeah.
And actually I wrote down, because he told me, you're gonna laugh about this one, Greg.
I forget things.
No, not that part.
No,
he told me to write down the story, and he said, "Oh, put down Matlock." So you can imagine what I was thinking the story was going to be about. I'm like, oh boy, we're getting a good detective story or something or other. I don't know what's going on over here. But we definitely want to thank our guest. We had a lot of fun. We're definitely going to have him on again. Just when he was talking, I was coming up with more and more questions. We could keep him on all night. That's not fair to him, not fair to us. So not fair to you, not fair to anybody.
Or his bladder.
Or his bladder. Why don't you go? You can go do what you got to do.
I had the Gatorade. I had the water.
Oh, you don't have to.
I had the shot.
Are you going to take, I think with the question that Greg was asking is, are you going to take the salmon skin on your way home?
Or if you got a garbage can, I'll throw it out for you. I mean, how many can they sell? It's a gigantic bag. I mean, they're wholesaling. How many people in Rochester want to eat that?
Well, a lot more with our advertising.
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah, our faces really sell it.
A lot of people probably have food challenges on their shows.
Oh, yeah.
But all righty. I want to thank everybody for coming on out. I got a question for you after, if you don't mind staying on for another minute.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Do hit the like button if you could. Next week it's the two of us. We got, if you haven't seen the Get Thrifty podcast, she will be on in 2 weeks. Do check out the Get Thrifty podcast, because we were on that. I'm sure put the link up on Instagram and Facebook. So go to the Get Thrifty podcast, and we got a lot more guests coming up as well. Want to thank our guest. If you're in the Rochester area, do go to his sales. They're always a lot of fun. Great guy. Go up and tell him you saw us. Hit the like button if you could, and we'll see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You got to hit that one too. There you go.